in the crazy mountains today. This is my first time out here this winter. It is much too late in the season for it to be the first time out here. But I've been trying to explore the Beartooth and other areas so far, and driving by the crazies all winter, it has looked extremely bare. It's been a low snow year for Montana in general, but the crazies especially have looked really dry. It's late enough in the season at this point that I'm hoping enough snow has built up to make this trip worth it. But I don't have very high expectations, and mostly I'm just getting out here to camp for a night. It's going to be extremely windy. Forecast said wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour, and depending where you are, it could be much higher. So the weather might not cooperate, but I'm getting out into the mountains for a night, and that's all that matters. Well, this sucks. It's a little piece of plastic that keeps my binding attached to the ski, and it just broke. This is a piece that I replaced like a month ago, and it broke already. That's not supposed to happen. Luckily I have a screwdriver with me this time. That's from another lesson that I learned from another time that my ski broke. I didn't have a screwdriver, so I'm going to try and fix this. So the problem is these holes where the pins for my bindings go in, and this hole has gotten worn down so much that it's like twice as big as it should be. So the pins on my bindings are moving around a lot in there, and that's causing the plastic piece that kind of holds the pin in place to shear off. So I just tied some paracord onto the hole to try and make it smaller. I'm sure that's going to shear off pretty quickly, but I've got more paracord, so it's better that that stuff breaks than the plastic piece on my binding. Well, with this crazy amount of wind here in the crazy mountains, my only priority when looking for a campsite right now is shelter from the wind. So I kind of found a nice corner where I'm tucked in up against a hill, surrounded by trees. Feels like a fairly good wind block, so I'll be setting my tent up here. And it's early enough in the day still. I think I'm going to have time to climb up and do some snowboarding. That hasn't been happening lately on my trips. Well, it looks pretty solid, which is kind of surprising. There's a couple layers up here that I was kind of concerned about. Looks like there's been a lot of sun recently, and then a little bit of snow on top of that. You can see here, this top layer, there's a crust, and it's very soft underneath. Then it gets hard again, and then it's very soft underneath that. So you got a couple layers of these sun crusts. Hard, icy snow with soft snow in between them. So it's something to look out for. It's not the best results, but nothing propagated. Well, that's it. I just heard 3 whoops in a row, all in a span of like 5 minutes. Even though I got a stable pit result, the snow is cracking and shifting underneath my feet. So that's enough red flags to turn around. I'll just transition here and ride back to camp. So we found out that slope over there, south facing slope, not feeling very safe right now. And looks like the main culprit for that instability is the sun, which makes sense because south facing slopes receive the most sun. So I'm going to head across the basin and check out a north facing slope. It looks like that one has been very scoured by the wind, pretty thin snow covered in some places, but maybe it's more stable. We'll dig a pit over there too and see what we find. So there's actually a lot more snow than this here, but I got down to this layer and the snow is so hard that I can't even shovel through it. It would like bend my shovel if I tried. There's actually about 160 inches of snow, but I don't think I have to worry about anything underneath that layer. It's a pretty dense layer of snow, but it's bonded well enough to the layer below it that it didn't propagate. Well, I was hoping to get all the way up there, but this snow is so hard that it's hard to even skin up. I'm like sliding backwards, which means it's not going to be very fun to ride down. So I don't know if it's worth the effort. I think I'll just go from here, get a decent run out of it. I'm going to be hauling ass because this hard snow is going to be really fast. Tornado. That was alright. It was actually better than I thought it was going to be. It might have been worth it to go all the way up. Oh well. The sun has already gone behind the mountains. I think it's time to make a fire. It has been snowing all morning. It's really pretty out here, but not the kinds of conditions to be backcountry snowboarding in. Can't even see the mountains this morning. So I'm just taking my time packing up camp. Started a fire so I can warm things up as I'm packing up, and slowly I'll make my way out of here. But it's cool being in the mountains when it's snowing like this. The wind died down, so it's nice and calm, and it is just peaceful up here. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video.